Hey guys, I'm Jasmine Emani. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of The Making of Wanted Gem. Today we're going to be talking about the backstory and I'm going to be revealing my concept with you guys. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, so first things first, I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've always wanted to own my own business, and clothing in particular has been something that has had my heart since I was very, very young. So honestly, it started right around the pandemic. Before that, I was living in LA. I was working a bunch of different jobs. I was also auditioning. So I didn't really have the idea of starting my own business in my mind at that time. I knew that I eventually one day was going to, but I didn't know when I was going to be able to start because I barely had enough money for my rent. So, when the pandemic happened, I remember telling myself this is a very specific memory that I will literally never forget. I was working retail. Oh yeah, that's another side note. I was working retail pretty much since I started working. I remember telling myself that this is going to be the last job I have, period. Working for anyone else, that is. Let me not forget that before I even came home, I actually was learning different trades in the beginning of the pandemic. So I was learning, how to drop ship. I was, learning the back end of how to create a store. I actually did create a drop shipping. I created two drop shipping stores actually. And they did not go well. Well, the first one was a face mask store, and in theory, that sounds like genius when the pandemic happens, but when everyone is trying to buy a face mask, no manufacturer has any available, so you can't really my ship times were like 2 weeks, and who's waiting 2 weeks for a face mask? Even though no one could find any at that time, it still was like ridiculous to have to wait that long. So that didn't work. And the other store was like a pet store, and that was just silly because I don't even have pets, so I don't even know why. I don't know why I would do that, but I did. And all in all, it was a great learning experience. Made no money, but also when you're drop shipping, you're not really investing that much money, so it's fine. I'll take the L on that, but I walked away with a lot of knowledge, especially with learning Shopify. So I'm very thankful for that. I do think it is helpful to start a business that you are passionate about, that you yourself would probably, buy, whether that's purchases, whether that's products or services. It is nice to have interest in what your business is. So I started looking at I actually started looking at Alibaba because this is when I was like first learning about everything, and I didn't know of any other places to get wholesale products. So Alibaba, when in doubt. And I originally was going to do sunglasses and purses, but like very unique purses and things like that. And I'm also such a sunglass fiend. Like, I love me some sunglasses, you guys. I have so many sunglasses. And ask me how many sunglasses I wear out of all of them. I mean, it's not a lot. Yeah. I don't know, that just kind of made me sad a little bit. I'm like, dang, I don't wear my sunglasses enough. But anyway, so was gonna do sunglasses, purses, basically just accessories. I started to find some stuff, but that really wasn't like getting me really excited. Like I liked the idea, but ended up not doing the sunglasses and purses. And then at that time I ended up, around that time I ended up moving back home, was home for a while, decided to switch to clothing. I bought my I actually got my LLC in 2021, literally January 2021. Got my LLC for the name, with the name Wanted Gem. So I already knew that was the name. that was something that I loved. I was gonna stick with no matter like what type of clothing I sold. I knew that that was gonna be the name. So, and also I will later on talk about how I came up with that name, because that is a very important part of, you know, of your business. I mean, having something that's catchy, having something that people are going to remember. If you want to put your brand on clothing, is it something that people will want to wear, you know? So I'll chat about that a little bit later. But just to finish up with this, I got the LLC in January 2021 and ended up putting together like lookbooks with the items that I was thinking of purchasing. I was using a wholesale fashion app called Fair, and I loved it. It was super easy, but once I actually tried to purchase things, they were like, oh, no, not you. Because my business had not been open yet, they were not allowing me to actually purchase the items, which sucked because I spent a lot of time going through, and I don't know how I didn't know that. Clearly, you need to read the fine print, or at least I do, because I did not. So once that happened, I pretty much had to start from scratch. But once again, things happen for a reason. Do not force anything, do not rush anything, because once everything does finally come to fruition, it's gonna be what, you know, what you want. You may not see it at the time as, you know, things that are happening that feel like they're slowing you down. It really is helping you align yourself with a much better path. And that's what happened to me personally. Because when I first started my business, I did not have this concept attached to it. I literally was just going to be selling clothes, and that was it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you don't have to have this intricate concept in order to start a boutique. So that was fine. But the longer I just sat with the name, the idea, with everything that I had wanted the brand to be, the more it started to just come to life. So once everything, you know, once that happened, I kind of just put stuff on the back burner because I had some stuff going on in my personal life. And then once I came up with the concept, I was immediately like, okay, boom, that's what I'm doing. Like, from there was no more, because I can be very sometimes, especially when it comes to, like, you know, big things that I'm going to put my name on, things that I'm going to be a part of. I like to produce quality, and I'm not, you know, the quickest person that's going to like roll, you know, produce something, because I want to know that this is something that I'm going to stick with for a long time, something that I'm going to be, you know, proud of. I don't want anything to look just thrown together. So it was fine that it was taking, you know, some time. But once I came up with the concept and I was like, this is what I'm going to do, I immediately just started, like, things just started happening very, you know, naturally, very organically. Ended up registering for Magic, which I will talk about in the next episode when we talk about inventory. But for those of you that don't know, Magic and Coterie, they're similar, but they're different. But they're both held at the Javits Center, I believe, twice a year. And the Javits Center is in New York, for those that don't know. And it's basically a big wholesale event for buyers and merchandisers, business owners alike, to come and look at the wholesale items that they can purchase, get a feel for them, see them. You can't try anything on, but trust me, just seeing the clothes in person, it makes a difference. So once I did that, I came back home and started to bring the concept that I had to life. Okay, so I think I've made you guys wait long enough to find out the real and true meaning behind Wanted Gem. So Wanted Gem is an innovative clothing brand that markets and sells their clothing through storytelling. So I actually I mentioned this when I was in LA. I was doing acting, so I love acting. I love movies, television. and I also love fashion. So I decided, why don't I combine the two and make a clothing brand that markets and promotes their clothing through a story. So each collection will have a short film that will eventually lead to a much bigger movie concept. But for now, I'm doing about 3 to 5 minute short films where it takes you through Jem and, her adventures. And who is Jem, you ask? Well, Jem is, better yet, I'll just first explain the backstory of the name and then kind of get into the concept of Wanted Jem. So, I decided to go with Wanted because I think that every woman is wanted. And then gem comes from the fact that I think every woman is a gem. We come in different shapes, sizes, colors, you name it, but we're all unique, we're all beautiful, and we are all wanted. So that is the meaning behind, or what I was thinking behind coming up with Wanted Gem. Now, I don't want to give too much away on the Wanted Gem overall concept, but what I can tell you is that Gem is a fashion designer who is now on the run because some bad guys are after her. So because she has to be on the run, she's constantly changing up her looks, from her hair to her from her clothing to her location. So it's going to be really fun each collection to see where her journey takes her, and see who she meets along the way. I don't want to spoil too much, but just know that each collection will come with a new short film. It's statement pieces with a story, so you can see how Jem would style the items, and just get a feel for maybe what's going on with her at that time. And I love this concept because it's so fun. Like, whether you love fashion or you love movies, or if you love both, whether you're a woman or a man, it doesn't really matter. It's a really engaging, it's a really engaging storyline that allows you to kind of step into the character's life for a little bit by being able to buy the clothing that she's wearing while she's on the run. So I'm in love with it. I think that it's the coolest thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But yeah, I'm very excited about sharing this concept with you guys and hearing your feedback and what you think. As time goes on, I will definitely share more, and I think you guys too will really start to understand and just kind of see where things take Jem. So yeah, that is the backstory of Wanted Jem. So I'm so excited. I hope that you guys are excited. Stay tuned, stick around. At the time of me filming this video, I actually just got the first draft of the short film. So I am so excited to share it with you guys. I think that you're gonna really love it. And yeah, before we go, I just want to know, do you guys have a business? Is this a concept that you guys think sounds interesting? Would you watch something like this? Are you movie lovers? Just chat with me down below. And yeah, so thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time.